And I didn't. I was like, my dad loved Bill Maher, and like I read the newspaper each week and turned in a report about what was going on
to your parents.
Yeah. And like they actively told me that like they weren't really into SNL or things like that. I didn't know about any of that stuff. So I didn't like I was doing advertising and stuff, planning on doing that through college. So it wasn't until probably like 4 years ago that I started really like knowing that comedy was even a thing that people could get paid to do. Some people.
Even acting? Because when I met you, you were already like active actor.
Okay, yeah. So I've been acting since I was 5 or 6. So maybe I misled you. I've been acting for a really long time, and I always enjoyed doing comedy, but I didn't realize that. I guess it didn't occur to me that there were like comedians and they actually made money.
Oh yeah,
and that it was like
there's like a community of
a viable
people.
Profession. Exactly. I didn't realize how many people were pursuing it. I mean, I guess I was under a rock. Is the answer?
I don't think you are under a rock. I think I had heard of stand-up like Steve Martin and those people, and you know that they're there, but they also do movies and lots of other things. They have diversified their portfolio.
Exactly.
And so for me, I didn't know that it was a thing that people were actively pursuing, and how many different ways of starting there are, because you can do stand-up and you can do all of these other types of, like, any way you get into it, there are these different levels, but I didn't know that it was anything you could penetrate.
Same. I didn't know anything about it.
I'll be honest, I don't know that the success of the stand-up really is like a perpetual thing. I think very recently, in the last like 40 years, did anybody who did stand-up comedy get something out of it. Most people who were performing stand-up comedy, like before that, were, doing movies. You know what I mean? Like they were actors in movies. You know what I mean? Like, or that's how they started out. But now there's just so many. Like Richard Pryor was one of very few that was doing what he was doing and then also made movies and blew up and was big. Whereas I'm sure there were plenty other people that went on that show and tried but didn't quite make it. Whereas now there's like so many people that are like top, making a lot of money just doing that kind of thing. Like even people like at the level of, say, Jim Gaffigan.
Sure.
You know what I mean? He's not like, I'm sure he can go to a mall maybe. Lord knows. But like at the same time, he's still super famous. He has plenty of money to like, I'm sure he doesn't have plenty, but you know what I mean? He has a lot of children. So like he's making a living in like a real way.
More facts about Jim Gaffigan than I do.
Really?
How many kids does he have?
Oh, I want to say like 8.
5.
Really?
Is it 5?
I think it's 5.
Yeah,
hey, Jim, if you're listening, my nanny.
Jim lives in New York, unfortunately.
I'll fly.
So you're going to be in LA. You need to find somebody in LA that you can nanny for. We'll see what we can do.
Well, he'll probably just get him to move to LA, and also I'm sure he's listening to this.
Certainly.
Sure
Let's not sell ourselves short.
Absolutely, he is our number 1 fan for sure, Jim Gaffigan. But you know what I mean? Like, there's lots of different ways to do it. I mean, and sometimes I think, like, what's my path to whatever? Like, pretty much, I personally would just like a path to regular work. Like, I don't necessarily, no one needs to know my name. I don't need, like, crowds saying, like, hey, me, hey, me, hey, me. But, I mean, it's nice sometimes. But, like, it's, as long as, like, occasionally I'm on stuff and somebody meets me and they're like, weren't you the girl who, murdered the other girl on NCIS? Yeah, that was me. Or whatever.
Can you stab me? And
yeah, exactly.
You go for it.
And then I just get carte blanche to murder people, which is great.
You're the woman from the fart commercials.
I hope.
You're the woman with uncontrollable farts.
It's like the PSA for women, like informing men, women do fart, and you could be her.
Can you imagine legitimately, like, farting on camera?
No.
I think that would be done in post, probably, knowing what I know about film.
No, we need that real fart. We're not like these amateurs. We need that visceral fart.
I just like the idea of having a person. I mean, I get also we could get an actor making a face like that's. I can smell it, but like I don't know. I kind of just want to torture someone for real.
You should.
But I mean, let's be honest.
It's like, welcome to the shoot. Here are your pickles and eggs.
Oh, gross.
Also, the microphone goes, like, you have to wear pants so they can have somewhere to hook the microphone.
Oh, yeah, like on your butt microphone?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a height of something, for sure. I remember, tell me about your acting. So you've been acting since you were 5. What sort of acting have you done, and what does that mean?
When I was in 6th grade, I was in the play Inherit the Wind. Mm-hmm. I played hot dog salesman, and my line was, "Red Hots, get your Red Hots, Red Hots."
I love that you still know it. I don't know the lines of the first play I was in.
That was my line, though.
Sure.
That was it. And then my my best friend, was a Bible salesman, and she would say, "Bibles, get your Bibles." And we were just enamored with the whole thing. We were like, we are actors. Look at this crowd of people who's come to watch us. Like, I had a full hot dog salesman costume. I wish I had some pictures. That'd be really great. So I've been I went to a really small school. So basically, if you wanted to act, you could. Mm-hmm. There were 17 people in my graduating class. Wow. And it was like a kindergarten through 12th grade situation.
Oh, wow. You grew up in a small town?
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm from Columbus, Ohio, but my parents got divorced when I was young, and so I had to go to a school that was in between then.
Oh.
So it was private. It was non-parochial, so there were no nuns or anything. But yeah, so I was just doing theater, and then I started getting very into theater. And I would go to these thespian conferences, and I would do monologue competitions.
Oh, okay.
And I was competing at the international level. And
shit.
I did the all-state play. I played, have you guys ever seen Dead Man Walking with Susan Sarandon?
Yes.
No.
So it was a book. It's based on truth, and it was a book. And so there's a play called Dead Man Walking, and I played Susan Sarandon's character.
Oh my God.
And that was the first, it was an hour and a half long show, and it was mostly just monologues, and it was a lot. And that's when I was like, oh, I'm really in the thick of this. Uh-oh, I better think of a different thing I should get good at that'll make me money someday. I never considered, there was never a possibility of me pursuing acting in a realistic way. Maybe when I was 5, I was like, that'd be fun, I'll be famous. Huh. But once I was old enough I was like, no, I have too many marketable skills. I have great SAT scores. Why would I ever throw all that away to try and do something so crazy as acting?
Did your parents not like it? Was it not something they would approve of?
They were always really supportive. I feel like I'm talking to my therapists.
You don't have to tell us anything in too deep a detail.
Honestly,
at all.
My therapist,
we can also
Becca,
share how our parents feel about our acting careers as well.
My therapist is really cool, if that makes it easier. So it feels like I'm hanging out with my really cool therapist right now. But yeah, so they were always really supportive. But my dad's an attorney, and he had 3 majors and went to college for free and was.
Because he was so smart, they let him?
Oh. Yeah, he was the first person in his small town to ever get a perfect SAT score, and was in the papers, and he's really brilliant. Hey, Dad. But so he was always encouraging me to consider things like law school or something where money is a little bit more of a possibility. Yeah. So I always agreed. I always was like, yeah, of course. And so even in college, I was studying theater and English, and I was like, don't worry, I'm gonna do advertising, I'm not gonna do acting, I'm not insane. And it was a very last minute kind of switch to stay in Austin and pursue any of this stuff.
Oh, that's so funny. It's funny to me because I last minute switched my major to drama when I went to college.
From what?
from biology.
Ooh.
Yeah, I thought I was going to be a scientist. Yeah, that's right, everyone that knows me that may be listening to this. I thought I was going to be a scientist. Yeah. So I picked the college that I picked because it had a great biology department and had it all set up that I was going to go there. I mean, I was like weeks from starting school, and then I had this like, my heart just was like, you need to do what you want to do. Theater is your life. And I like called up the school and I was like, what can I do to switch my major to theater? And like, we just switched it all over the phone.
They were like, it's actually not that complicated.
Yeah, they're like, it's totally fine. Let me do it right now. Yeah, it's like, that's done. And then my parents weren't home like while I made this phone call. And then so like when my parents came home, they walked through the door and I was like standing there and I like started crying and I was like, I'm so sorry. And they're like, what happened? Oh my God. And I was like, I switched my major to theater. And they're like, that's fine. We were kind of expecting it.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? I'm like, yeah, I mean, that's all you do. So I don't know. Like, you've been doing theater for a bunch of years.
You were doing a monologue in the shower yesterday.
Yeah, you have these still that recorder.
That makes it sound like you
still
showered
recording
with your parents,
yourself.
But I just meant they heard you.
I get it. Plus, I mean, let's be honest, what really would have happened is I would have recorded myself while I was in the shower and then played it for them later going, did you guys hear this?
Made everyone
Oh my God,
sit down.
Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you should play it while they're in the shower because they couldn't get out, so they would have to listen to you in the shower.
Oh my God,
That's
that's
a
a
good
great
time to make
idea.
people listen to you. I'm going to find where every casting director in Los Angeles lives, and I'm going to get into their house while they shower. And that's when I'm going to pitch myself.
That seems like a great idea.
You know what would be good too is if we somehow came up with a shower head that had like a AM, FM, whatever speaker in it, and then we controlled it, all of them, and then made them listen to us all the time. Because if we're gonna go big, we should go big.
You're right.
Yeah, Delia.
You're right.
Done.
I like this fire.
We just gotta. What do you guys know about shower heads?
Oh, I know a thing or two.
Oh, gross.
I don't know anything about shower heads.
Oh, okay, I thought it was a Friends joke where Ross. Yeah, to that.
Tell me the Friends joke.
Well,
Ooh.
it's the episode where Monica inherits a dollhouse, and Phoebe gets a dollhouse because Monica won't let her play with her Victorian dollhouse. Phoebe makes this really badass dollhouse with an incense room. Ross comes into the apartment. Phoebe's dollhouse is on fire, and so he tries to put it out, and he fails. And so then he bursts into the restroom where Monica was taking a shower and also getting to know herself with her shower head.
The one where Monica comes.
Yeah.
Oh no! That's not what it's called, is it?
Yeah. No.
Well, she technically didn't get to. He ran in before I think that it got to that point.
Oh, that's a good point. Excellent on that point, Wendell. Also, thank you for a Friends reference. I feel like we haven't had one in a little while.
Yeah,
We
it's
have
been a
not.
minute. That's kind of how this whole thing got started.
It is how this whole thing got started. The three of us were having a conversation about like theater and our careers, and we also referred everything to Friends. We made about 27 Friends references while we were having a conversation, and I said, you guys are nice. Let's start a podcast. And that's how it all began.
Wow.
Friends begot podcast. That's the way you use that, right?
Yes. Yep.
I think it's Big Go.
We're French. We're French. So you're here doing comedy in Austin. So you've been here. How many years did you live here?
7.
Wow, crazy. Me too.
Ooh, funsies. Yeah, I went to a little school in Georgetown, Texas, just outside of Boston.
Okay.
Called Southwestern University. It was a little liberal arts university.
Cool.
Very great. I recommend it. And then, yeah, like I said, I was doing advertising.
Mm-hmm.
Was planning on going back to Columbus because Columbus is sort of an ad mecca. Was offered this cool position with a salary and called back with every intention of saying yes, but said, I'm going to have to turn you down. I'm actually staying in Austin and I'm pursuing film. And my roommate and I were just like in the living room together, like, what have I done? What is this terrible decision I've just made? So then I started working as a PA, a production assistant on a film set, and I still was, what?
Wendell, did you have a comment?
Oh no, I didn't say
Oh,
Oh, sorry, I heard.